Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Gadget Yugioh deck profile for post Fists of the Gadgets. Now this is a deck that I was definitely looking forward to with the release of the Fists of the Gadget. They didn't really take the direction I thought they would with the gadget support. I thought we would get a bunch of different colored gadgets. I saw the cover and thought we'd be getting like a purple gadget, maybe like a different summoning technique to get out this gadget, but they kind of went the direction where, you have the different gadgets on the field, the trap cards you can special summon, and then just benefiting from equipping the different gadgets to some of the other monsters. It's an interesting take, and I did my best, I believe, for the deck at the moment with those cards. Maybe we'll get some more gadget support later on down the road. We'll just have to wait and see. But until then, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So to start off, for the monsters being the gadget deck, I'm running 3 of the main gadgets. So I run 3 red gadget. All the gadgets of the first 3 having the different surge effects. When this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 yellow gadget from your deck to your hand. So all the different gadgets also have the different attack stats and defense, and also just having a search for their each respective gadget, with red gadget being able to search out your yellow gadget, which I also run 3 of. And when yellow gadget is normal or special summon, you can add 1 green gadget from your deck to your hand. So just having the consistency with all 3 of them, I just find to be the best numbers. That's why I'm also running 3 green gadget, which goes full circle. When it's normal or special summon, you can add 1 red gadget from your deck to your hand. So just to have consistency with their searches, depending on what gadgets you open up, and also just having platinum gadget to, consistently get out your gadgets to the field that then you can use for other extra deck summons is a big key help in the deck. And then for the other gadgets, I run 3 gold gadget. When this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 machine monster from your hand. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 gadget from your deck, except for gold gadget. And you can only use 1 gold gadget effect per turn, only once that turn. So gold gadget and silver gadget really do help to, build up your plays for the deck, giving you that easy special summon so you can then go for your exceed or link plays, and also just giving you the options to special summon more gadgets from your deck and then give you more and more special summons as well. And lastly, as I was saying, 3 silver gadget. When it's normal or special summon, it has the same special summon option for the level 4 machine from your hand. And if it's destroyed, giving you the same special summon option as gold gadget. Just running these 3 at max numbers gives you the card you definitely want to open up with, because then you can search and special summon any of the other gadgets, giving you the additional search, or just special summon them from your hand, giving them the option of the search. So you'll have search with all your gadgets depending on what effect you go for with your silver or gold gadgets. And then for the new support, I run 3 of the Boot Up Corporal, I believe it was Corporal, Command Dynamo, a level 4 machine monster. You can target up to 2 machine gadget monsters you control or in your graveyard with different names. Special summon this card from your hand, then equip those targets to this card, regardless of that type. And you can only use the effect of Boot Up Corporal Command Dynamo once per turn, and it gains 1,000 attack for each monster equipped to this card by this effect. So a more setup with silver and gold gadget, giving you the option with Boot Up Corporal Command Dynamo to equip those cards to this one, boosting up this card's own attack, and then having other benefits with some of the other cards we run in the deck, depending on which ones are equipped, which we'll get to those when we get to the spell and trap cards that we run as well in the deck. And I only have the 1 Boot Up Admiral Destroyer Dynamo. Been debating how many of these I wanted to run. More likely would bump it up to 2. If I do, I would show what card I would take out. More than likely be the next card for that option. It cannot be normal summon or set. It must be special summon from your hand by sending 2 gadget monsters from your hand and or face them on the field to the graveyard, and cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect while you control a gadget monster or a gadget monster card equipped to a monster. And once per turn, you can target 1 other card on the field and destroy it. So it has destruction power, and just having the gadget on the field means it also works with Command Dynamo on the field also. So you have those options depending on the special summon you want to get out with this card. But it's also searchable, which is why I was debating on the numbers that I wanted to run in the deck of this card. But you have those options available to you. It would be so much better for sure if you banished from the graveyard, but since you have to invest cards on your field is why I'm kind of on the fence on the number I wanted to run with this card, but more than likely would be 2. And then if I do run 2, I would take out 1 of the Machina Cannon I am running in the deck, just with your additional gadgets if you don't have the aerospace with Platinum Gadget to summon them out. Just giving you an extra monster on the field definitely does help for your link resources with this card. It cannot be a normal summon or set, must first be special summoned from your hand by sending 1 or more machine type monsters from your hand to the graveyard, and this card gains 800 attack for each card sent to the graveyard. It's just an easy monster to special summon out to give you more link options with the deck, depending on, obviously what you wanted to summon out link wise with your monsters. But also if you wanted to try out Machina Fortress instead of Machina Cannon, you can try out taking out the 2 for a Machina Fortress and then putting in the additional of the Destroyer Dynamo for the extra Machina Cannon that I would take out. So you can try your 2 number, but then just having the option for Machina Fortress in the deck for more of its destructive capabilities as well. But I like Machina Cannon just for the option, like I said, of that easy special summon, since you'll get plenty of searches with your gadgets and just have extra and extra gadgets in your hand to use as fodder for this card. And then lastly, for the monsters, I'm just running a small hand trap lineup. So 3 Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring, and 2 Effect Veiler. I just like it to stop your opponent's plays, depending on what they're doing, whether it be a monster effect or, search, depending on what they're going for. Most of the time, you just have your summons of your machine monsters on the field, so you never really have to play these monsters out on the field. So just having these options for the hand traps are your biggest reason why I like to run them. And that is it for the monsters. We'll move on to the spells. Next, I run 3 Boot Up Order Gear Change, a continuous spell card. When this card is activated, you can target any number of gadget monsters you control that are equipped to a monster and special summon them. And you can discard 1 card to add 1 Boot Up Admiral, Destroyer Dynamo from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Boot Up Order Gear Change once per turn, and you can only activate 1 Boot Up Order Gear Change per turn. So that special summon option really does come in handy with Boot Up Corporal Command Dynamo, giving you back the gadgets onto your field for you to reuse. But this is the search effect I also specified for Destroyer Dynamo, so you'll have that play to search this card to your hand, then just go more and more with the investment of your gadgets and getting this big boss monster out onto the field. And running plenty of machines, I'm also running 2 limiter removal. I just like this for the power up against your opponent, especially with your monsters. You have more and more gadgets to summon out in the field, so just if you can boost them up attack-wise, and then obviously they'll be destroyed, but you'll still have the use of your booted up stats with these cards to make use of. And lastly, for the spells, the 1 Monster Reborn, just being able to special summon any of the gadgets back onto the field is a big help for sure in the deck that I really wanted to make use of, depending on what gadget you get out on the field as well with Monster Reborn, because also, don't forget, with Silver and Gold gadget, the special summon comes in handy as well. And more of that special summoning will come into effect, with the plays when we get to the traps. And moving on to those traps, I run 2 Power Hold the Moving Battery. Continuous trap card. You special summon this card as an effect monster, Machine Earth, level 4, 0 attack, and 2000 defense. Then you can equip 1 level 4 machine gadget monster from your hand or deck to this card. This card is still a trap. And if summoned this way, this card gains attack equal to double the attack of the monster to equip to it by its effect. Now this is a real powerhouse depending on the gadget you want to go for with this card. Most of the time I go for red gadget since it has a good amount of attack, but silver or gold, being the 1500, gives it a strongest power boost for sure of all the gadget monsters. And then also just having the gadget control on the field works even better with Destroyer Dynamo, giving you that option for your gadgets to protect this card on the field as well. I was debating bumping this card up to 3. If I were to bump it up, I would probably try taking out the Boot Up Order Gear Force. I still do like this card in the deck. When either player's monster declares an attack and all monsters you control are face-up machine monsters, minimum 1, destroy attack machine monsters your opponent controls up to the number of machine monsters you control. So especially against link decks, this one can really help to take care of a lot of cards your opponent has. And like I said, just having the machines aren't that big of a restriction, since the hand traps we run are the only other non-machine monsters we run in the deck, in the main deck to summon out. So as long as you play this card correctly and properly, you can take care of a lot of problems your opponent may have on the field against you. And lastly, to finish off the traps, I run 2 Back to the Front and 2 Call of the Haunted. Just more special summoning from your graveyard. I like Call of the Haunted when I'm going for more of an attack position play against my opponent to maybe swing into them for those plays. And Back to the Front more defensively when I want to get out one of the other gadgets I run and still get the search. But, you know, I'm summoning out a gadget monster, which my opponent can easily ram into. And then I take a big amount of life hit as well. But the special summoning, like I said, is a big part just to keep my monsters consistent on the field as well. And that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra deck. For the Exceed monsters, I have the Gear Gigan X just being an easy searcher with the deck once again, and a machine option from the extra deck as well with my cards. For other Exceeds, I run 1 Time Thief Redoer, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Gagaga Cowboy, 1 Castel, 1 Dark Rebellion, 1 Daigusto Morale, 1 Utopia, and 1 Utopia the Lightning to work with Utopia. And also, if you wanted to focus more on the fact for the machine cards with Gear Force as well, I would add in additional numbers of Gear Gigan X and take out maybe the Dark Rebellion or the Daigusto Emerald or Castel. I like Emerald sometimes just for the option of recycling some of your cards back into the deck to use. And for the Link monsters, I don't know where my Platinum gadgets went. I looked all over, went through all my binders, all my deck boxes, can't find them anywhere. So sadly, I would run 2 Platinum gadgets in the extra deck because, like I said, it's an amazing gadget card for it. But sadly, I don't have them. So I have the 1 Mrs. Radiant, the 1 Clifford Genius, 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, and the 1 Boral Sword Dragon. But if I had the 2 Platinum gadgets like I planned, I would take out the Clifford Genius and the Underclock Taker, since these 2 cards aren't as needed with the deck, with Platinum gadget being a very important card in the deck, and definitely wanting to run those 2 Platinum gadgets over these 2 cards, obviously. Don't know where they went, but you definitely do need them in the deck. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.